do about it? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Flanagan.
This is it's a massively interesting topic, and it's interesting for many reasons. One, because we regularly talk about refugee crisis and what we're going to do about it, and generally it is a reaction to what's going on. What you're talking about here is being proactive, and okay, the details of how you're planning on doing it, maybe we mightn't agree 100% there, but the idea of doing it makes total sense. I come from a country, the Republic of Ireland, that has hemorrhaged people for hundreds of years now. 19 out of the 20 of my family and my wife's family had to emigrate to London. 100 years previously and before that, we had millions of people had to leave our island. And they didn't leave it because they didn't like the look of the scenery, they didn't like the weather, or they didn't like their neighbours. They left it because they had no choice. And if things improved at home, people would stay at home. Fortunately, things have improved and people now feel like they can stay. Likewise for people in Africa, and that is the solution. But what worries me is that when we have such an important presentation, that there's only 3 MEPs here. Is there any sort of a quorum system here in the European Parliament to make sure people turn up? Because this is twisted and sick, at 300 plus euros per day to turn up. It's wrong. It's bloody well wrong. Where are these people?
Well, I will not comment on that, but we know we have plans. We have often this situation on Thursdays, unfortunately. Mr. Bogovic.
Well, yes, I would also like to see more colleagues in the room, so I do hope everyone is watching in their offices. We are discussing a serious subject, and we are faced with a number of challenges. We're speaking about the continent where there are about twice the number of people living today as there are in Europe. By 2060, it is expected that the population will reach 4 times the number of people in Europe. So the future of Africa will have a significant effect on the entire global population. I believe that Europe and the entire developed world has the duty and the responsibility to help this continent, which is in dire straits today. I'm not in favor of returning to Africa as a colonial force, as we have done for centuries until the last century, but we need systematic support and aid that will help those who want to develop the continent, so the people in power in the continent. So this is the guideline that we need to follow in the economy, in agriculture, in gender mainstreaming, and this is the right path in order to respond to the key challenges in Africa: climate challenges, economic challenges, and challenges arriving from that arrive into other parts of the world as well, including migrants. We need to approach the continent in a holistic way and establish processes that will foster development. And I do hope that in this way, Europe's external policy will be wise enough, targeted enough, that our role in Africa in political terms will be at least as sizable as our share in development aid. Unfortunately, we're not very skilled in that respect many times, but it is only right for Europe to provide sustainable aid to Africa and also develop its political role in Africa to ensure a beneficial development of this continent in the future decades. Thank you.
Well, during the World Food Day on the 16th of October in Rome,